The Justice Department is suing the state of Alabama over a controversial new immigration law that allows police to detain someone during a traffic stop if they believe that person is here illegally. This new law is the latest effort across a number of states trying to crack down on illegal immigration. Swain is a law and political science professor at Vanderbilt University, and Justin Leto is a trial attorney. We thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Justin, what's wrong with states stepping in when they feel like the Fed isn't doing its job?
I mean, you got to be intellectually honest here. The states here know that the federal government has the power to police immigration, and they know that this law has no chance of standing up under federal scrutiny. What I think is this is a political attempt by the state of Alabama to say to their constituents, we're trying to do what we can to stop illegal immigration, but they know full well that they have absolutely no chance of this law going through under federal scrutiny, and it's going to get overturned like it has in all the other states that they've tried.
Well, there are portions of the law in Arizona that were upheld. Of course, that was the most controversial last year when it was passed and has gone through the court system. The governor there says she's going to go ahead and appeal it to the Supreme Court as well. Carol, do you think that any parts of this Alabama law will survive?
Yes, and since 1976, the U.S. Supreme Court has given states the right to make some laws related to immigration. And the states are within their rights under federalism to pass laws that would enhance the ability of the federal government to do its job, especially when we have a situation where the government isn't doing its job.
And Justin, just to go over a little bit of the law, and then you can point out for us what you think is the most egregious. I mean, it does have penalties for businesses that would hire people who are here illegally, knowingly hire them. Also, it's illegal to make contracts with illegal immigrants. And also, there are penalties and things that require school districts to then also check the immigration status of potential students. And my understanding is they would be banned from attending state colleges and universities. What is most troublesome to you?
Well, you know, I have the law here. I read the entire law. I think what the part that troubles me the most is, first of all, it says there if you're involved in an entrapment situation, all of a sudden the criminal burden shifts to you to prove that you were entrapped. So not only are they burden shifting on criminal defendants, they're also here, they're making a point that the educational system causes lawlessness among students. What's going to cause the lawlessness is failing to give people an education. If you're restricting people from getting an education, or you're using their children to identify illegal immigrants, these people are simply going to keep their kids home from school. The kids are not going to be educated, and what you're going to have then is a real crime problem. I don't disagree that there are parts of the law where the states will acquiesce to the federal government and try to work with the federal government, but overall what you have here is a law that's enacted to overtake a federal mandate. The federal courts are the ones who are supposed to do this. The legislatures are supposed to do this in the federal government, and if people are dissatisfied, they should write to their congressman. It is not the job of the Alabama legislature.
Congress has not been willing to address this issue. The American people are suffering, and one reason we have the debt crisis and so much growth in entitlement programs is because we have so many people who are here undocumented. Over 58% of the undocumented population are from Mexico. They are poor. They're using services. 58% according to the Pew Hispanic Center.
If the people are dissatisfied with how it's being handled by the federal government, that is for them to complain to their federal legislature. That's why you're able to call your congressman. What you have here is Alabama's trying to do something that they can't do, and they know it.
Carol,
but Alabama's legislature knows this is frivolous. They know what it's going to do. It's going to tie up the federal docket. It's going to be in court. Taxpayers are going to have to pay for this lawsuit, and they know before they even go in that it's not legal. They know they're not allowed to do it. So it's the job of the people to complain to the federal government. And I'm not disagreeing that the federal government is not doing what they should do, but it is not the place of the states to try to preempt federal law when they know for sure that they're not permitted to do so.
Okay, and just so we can understand and hear both of you, Justin, if I'll have you hold on a minute, Carol, I'll let you respond.
Well, there is the Arizona case will be most likely heard by the U.S. Supreme Court, and this issue of preemption, it's not clear that states acting in the way Arizona has acted and Alabama and other states that have passed legislation that it is preempting federal law. In a situation where institutions have failed, we have a president that is pandering to groups like the Hispanic population. They are pandering to groups for votes instead of protecting the American people. We are suffering because of this. If you look at the unemployment rate of blacks, working class whites, and legal Hispanics, millions of people are here undocumented. We don't know how many are here. If those people were to return to their countries, whether voluntarily or through deportation, it would create more opportunities for American workers.
All right, Carol Swain, Justin Leto, we thank you both for weighing in on two sides of a very controversial topic. We hope you'll come back. Thanks both.
Thank you.